welcome to Revive. My name is Michael. I'm going to be helping you stretch today. What brought you into Revive?
Well, I'm feeling a little stiffness in my lower back and my legs.
Okay. Do you have any injuries or surgeries I need to be concerned about?
No.
No, that's good. That's good to know. And what are your goals? What are you trying to achieve by coming in here?
I just want to get a little bit more flexible and to relieve all that stiffness.
Okay, good. And I just want you to understand that we're not a medical facility. We're not treating specific injuries. We're just kind of overall health to make you feel better. Ready? So based on that, what I want you to understand today, that we're going to do some stretching on various muscles in the body. And there's not to be any pain in anything we're doing. And what we're going to do is we're going to use like a tension scale. So if I take my finger and I bend it backwards, I'm going to feel tension on the back of my finger. So what I want you to do is on a scale of, for example, of like 1 to 5, I want your stretching to be no more than about a 3 on that tension scale. It should never feel any pain at all. You ready to start? Okay, great. Okay, we're going to start today by doing some stretches on the gluteus muscle, and that's the muscle back in here. But before I start, I want to explain to you what we're going to do. We're going to stretch, and I'm going to take your leg in this one position, and I'm going to put it on my shoulder. And when I push, I'm going to take it. I want you to tell me when that stretch, and you're going to feel it right in here. And I like to touch the area where you know where it's supposed to feel it. When you feel that kind of level 3 stretch, tell me when. Right there, right about there. Mm-hmm. And then what you're going to do, don't do it yet until I give you the full instructions, is you're going to push against my shoulder, and you're going to do this for 5 seconds with only about 20-25% of your full power. If you're pushing me backwards, you're pushing too hard. Okay? Are you ready? Go ahead and push, 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 push. So we do that for 5 seconds. Now let it relax. Let's get back to that level 3. As you can see, I can get about another 10 to 20% more stretch out of this. Mm-hmm. Okay, about back to that level 3. Okay, go ahead and push again, and push, 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 and relax. Good. And we're going to hold that for 5 seconds also. Now sometimes, so the next stretch that we're going to do is called the hamstring muscle. And that's the muscle along the back of the leg that a lot of us feel tightness with. Again, I'm going to put it on my shoulder, the calf muscle. I'm going to lean forward until I get to that level 3. Are we at that level 3 about right now? And again, you're going to go ahead and push with about 20-25% full power. Go ahead and push, 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 and let it relax. Good. We've got that extra slack out of there again. We're at that level 3. Okay, again, now push, 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 push. Each push should be about 5 seconds. With the relaxation, we're also about 5 seconds. And again, what we're going to do is if somebody is very flexible, then you're going to have to go in this position to get their leg all the way across. But as much as possible, you want to really spread your legs so your base is really strong and you're using your body instead of your muscles to push like that. Very good. So right now we're going to do the iliotibial. One of them is to just swing the leg over like this if people are very tight. But if they don't feel that there, you anchor your hand into the base of the humerus right there. And then while you're pushing down, you're going to press on the leg over like that. And you feel this now? Okay. And now what I'm going to have you do is to swing your leg over to that side, over to your left side. Go ahead and push, 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 and let it relax. Again, a 5 second, and then stretch it again. And if somebody's very tight, you can always, are very flexible and they don't feel anything, you can invert the ankle to get them to feel even more of a stretch. Okay, go ahead and again, push, 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 and let it relax. Good. You feel that?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's how you stretch the IT band. The next muscle that we're going to be stretching is the piriformis muscle. And this is a very small muscle. Looking at the camera, it lies underneath the gluteus muscle back here. But we're going to stretch this side for the purpose of the camera here. And it's very important because a lot of people can have almost sciatic symptoms with this muscle if it gets very, very tight, because the sciatica nerve runs right near it. So what you're going to do is you're going to raise the leg, and then you're going to externally rotate the hip this way, and then you're going to stretch towards just about to the middle of the body, about right there is good. And then go ahead and push, 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 and let it relax. And again, you can use count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or you can use what I like to do is say the word push to the client. Go ahead and push, 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 and let it relax. And that's how you do the piriformis muscle. So far up to now, everything that I've shown you is going to be done twice, once on each side, but of course 2 times stretch, but you're going to have to do it again on the other side. So now we're going to do the groin muscle, which is one of the few that we're going to do bilaterally. And to do the groin muscle, it's helpful. You're going to need to kind of climb up on the table, raise the knees, and then you're going to open the knees like this, and we're going to stretch both knees downward like that, and we're good with that stretch. And you're going to go ahead and push 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. About right there is good. Okay, again, and push, 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 and relax. Good. You okay with this?
Yes.
Perfect. Now that we've gone through all of the stretches individually, you're going to repeat the process on the other side, with the exception of the groin muscle, which is only done once bilaterally. So it's going to be the glutes, the hamstrings, the IT band, and then the piriformis. So now we're going to do some of the core muscles of the hips and the thighs. And we're going to start off with some lumbar rotation. What you're going to do is you're going to have the client lie on their side. Go ahead and turn on your side for me. I'm going to take this leg and I'm going to bend it here. And I like to tell the client to take their arms, put both hands together like that. I kind of like call it like a little alligator. I'm going to have them swing the top arm back like that. I'm going to put the palm of my hand in the soft tissue area right at the very top of the pec muscle there. I want to make sure I'm not on the bone, but on the soft area. And then I'm just going to gently push in opposite direction until we get that number 3. Are you there now? Good. Okay. Now go ahead, and I want you to push your shoulder up and your knee up at the same time. Go ahead. Push, 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 and let it go. Let it relax. We're at that number 3 again. Okay. And again, go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. Good. And that's our lumbar rotation. Now we're going to do the quadricep stretch. In order to do that, from this side stretch position, you're going to have the client go to face down. Go ahead. And are you comfortable right now? Okay. I'm going to take my hand, push it on the lumbosacral area. I'm going to bring up the leg, and I'm going to stretch in this position until we get to that number 3, about right there. Okay, good. Now you're going to go ahead and push back, and go ahead. Push, 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 and let it go. And again, I'm getting about 15-20% more stretch out of this. Go ahead again, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let it relax. Good, and each time you're going to hold that for additional 5 seconds. And that is how you do the quads. So now that we've done the piriformis, we're going to move on to the hip flexor muscle, and that's the muscles right in this area that we want to feel. So in order to get into position, I'm going to have you scoot as close to the edge of the table as possible, like that. And now we're going to drop this leg off the side, and I'm going to have you grab your knee with both hands and hold it in. And while I also hold the knee, I'm going to push down on the opposite leg. And you feel that stretch in there? Okay, go ahead, and you're going to bring your knee up to the ceiling. Go ahead and push, 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 and let it relax. Good. And again, we're going to let it rest for about 5 seconds. And then we're going to have you push your knee up to the ceiling again and go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and let it relax. Good. Again, the last hold for 5 seconds, and then we can let it go. And that is the hip flexor. Now we're going to do some internal and external rotation of the hip. Now, to understand a little bit of anatomy, when you're moving the hip this way, even though it looks like internal rotation, this is external rotation of the hip, and this way is internal rotation of the hip. So let's start with the internal rotation of the hip. You're going to take the palm of your hand up against the sacrum to prevent the hip from rolling. And we're going to go this way until we feel that about level 3 there. We're good at the level 3. And I'm going to ask you to push against my hand. Go ahead and push. 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. And go ahead and again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. We're going to go to external rotation, and now I'm going to turn my palm the other way, and I'm going to put it on the hip to stop the hip from rising upwards. And now we're going to do some external rotation. Right there, we're good. And go ahead and push. 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. And one more time, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and relax. Very good. Perfect. Okay, we're now going to move on to the chest area and some of the neck and traps as well. And we're going to start off with stretching the pecs. But first, we're going to take our bolster, and I'm going to have you lie on the bolster, and it's going to be like this as I demonstrate to the client exactly. So I want it on the sacrum all the way to the head area. This bolster is a little bit short, but we're going to use it for demonstration purposes. Go ahead and lie down on it. That is perfect. I'm going to take again the soft part of my palms. I'm going to have her turn her palms upward, and I'm going to put them right in the soft part of the pecs here. And I'm just going to take my body weight, and I'm going to lean down until we get that level 3 stretch, and she's good right now. And you're going to take your shoulders and you're going to bring them up to the ceiling against my resistance. Go ahead and push 2, 3, 4, and 5, and let it relax. Good. Again, that relaxation for 5 seconds. Go ahead and push again. 2, 3, 4, 5, and let it relax. Now immediately I can move straight into the upper trap and neck area. All I'm going to do is, if you're watching, I'm just going to rotate my hands around and I'm going to place them here. I'm going to brace my body like this. And now I'm going to have you take your shoulders and push them up to your ears. Go ahead and push. 2, 3, 4, and 5, and let it relax. I'm going to stretch it out some more. And one more time, push. 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. And the last 5-second stretch. And that's how you do the pecs, the upper traps, and a little bit of the neck area. Okay, now we're going to move on to doing some traction of the upper body, neck, shoulders, just a general upper body spinal traction. I'm going to take the client and I'm going to have you grab my wrist. I'm going to grab her wrist, and we're just going to do a general overall stretch. Again, we don't want to go past a level 3, but it's just a gentle stretch. We don't have to do a resistance on this, just leaning back and feeling a general loosening of the spine, and then I can relax, let it go, and do one more time, a nice gentle stretch like this, just to help the client feel really good that they've been stretched out. And that's the traction. Now we're getting towards the end of the session, and what you're going to do is you're going to have the client sit up. Let me have you sit up for me. I'm going to take my cushion and we're going to do a nice big chest opener. I'm going to, on my knees on the table, I'm going to have you interlace your fingers behind your head like you're doing a sit-up. I'm going to put my body against the roller and we're going to stretch like this. Tell me when we're at that 3. Good. Okay, now I'm going to have you bring your elbows forward and it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let it relax. And we're going to hold that for 5 seconds. And now you can go ahead and push again, and push, 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 and let it relax. Stretch it again. And now we've completed the chest opener. I'm going to have your arms relax down your side. I'm going to lay this down here. Let me have you butterfly your knees for me so you can open it up. Just going to have you bend forward. And I'm just going to do some gentle pressure on the back just to relax as a finishing touch, moving my palms up and down the spine as a finish, and we are done. And that's the end of our 25-minute stretch session.